Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Wulandari and this is my video for the final test of classroom management.
And here the part 1. Number 1 is teaching tolerance. Definition of teaching tolerance. Teaching tolerance means accepting and respecting differences in people's opinions, beliefs, or backgrounds. It promotes peaceful, respectful, and inclusive communities. Teaching tolerance means helping students understand, accept, and respect the differences between people. These differences may include race, religion, culture, language, gender, ability, or opinion. It encourages empathy, open-mindedness, and peaceful interaction. Tolerance doesn't mean agreeing with everyone. It means showing respect even when others think or live differently. In education, tolerance is essential for building a safe and inclusive classroom where all students feel valued and heard. And here are the examples of teaching tolerance. Respecting classmates with different cultures or religions. Like a teacher reads stories about children from different countries to help students appreciate other cultures. And the second is listening during discussions without interrupting. Students are encouraged to listen to each other's view during discussions, even when they disagree. And the third is celebrating various cultural events in class. A class celebrates different holidays such as Eid, Christmas, or Chinese New Year to honor diversity. And here the case study is culture talks in a Singapore school. In a multicultural classroom in Singapore, a teacher began a project called Culture Talks. Every week, one student was invited to share about their cultural background, family traditions, food, or religious practices. The activity became very popular and allowed students to better understand one another. The result is the students started asking more respectful questions and became more curious rather than judgmental about differences. Bullying incidents related to cultural misunderstanding decreased. This case shows that tolerance can be taught effectively through respectful conversation and shared experiences. The second is handling anger, frustration, and aggressions. The definition is students often experience strong emotions like anger or frustration due to stress, bullying, or personal problems. Instead of punishing them, teachers should help students recognize and express their feelings in healthy ways. Teaching emotional regulations creates a safer and more supportive classroom environment. Students, especially children and teenagers, often feel strong emotions like anger, frustration, or aggressions. These feelings can come from stress, unfair treatment, bullying, or difficulties at home. Helping students handle these emotions means teaching them how to recognize their feelings and express them in calm, respectful ways. Instead of punishing anger, teachers can guide students to manage it through emotional regulation skills. This creates a safer learning environment. Example of handling anger, frustration, and aggressions. The first is calm corner. A teacher creates a calm corner where students can go to cool down when they feel upset. The second is using I feel statements to express emotions. Students are taught to use phrases like I feel angry because blah 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 to express their emotions. And the third is teachers model calm behavior and avoid yelling when problemless. And teachers modeling calm behavior. And the last is breathing exercise or mindfulness routines. Sorry. Breathing exercise or mindfulness activities are used at the beginning of class to reduce stress. Case study. Emotion regulation program in an elementary school in the US. A school in New York implemented an emotion regulation curriculum for young children. Teachers begin every day with a 5 minutes feeling check, where students could share how they felt. Students learned to name their emotions and practice techniques like deep breathing, counting to 10, or journaling. The result is aggressive incidents decreased by over 40% in one semester. Teachers also reported that students became more willing to ask for help and resolve conflicts peacefully. And the third, or the last for the part one, is this disruptive behavior. Definition of disruptive behavior. Disruptive behavior includes actions that interrupt teaching and learning, ranging from minor distractions to serious deviance. These behaviors impact both teachers and other students. By understanding the underlying causes like boredom or emotional needs, teachers can respond more effectively and supportively. Disruptive behavior refers to actions by students that interfere with teaching and learning. These behaviors can be minor, like talking out of turn, or serious, like refusing to follow instructions or being physically aggressive. Disruption affects not only the teacher but also classmates who want to learn. Understanding the causes of disruptive behavior, such as lack of attention, unmet emotional needs, or boredom, can help teachers respond in more effective, supportive way. Example is interrupting the teacher. A student frequently interrupts the teacher and refuses to sit down. The second is passing notes or giggling during lessons. A group of students giggle and pass notes while others are working quietly. And the third is ignoring class rules or refusing to participate. A student throws objects or refuses to participate in group work. The case study is behavior system in an Indonesian junior high school. At a junior high school in Indonesia, a teacher noticed several students often shouted, disrupted lessons, and refused to follow rules. Instead of sending them to the principal immediately, the teacher introduced a behavior chart system. System received stickers for good behavior and warning for disruptions. Parents were informed quickly. The result is, after a month, classroom behavior improved. Students became more aware of their actions and tried to earn rewards. This teacher-student relationships also improved, as students felt they were being heard and treated fairly. And the conclusion is creating a positive classroom is not just the responsibility of teachers. It is a shared effort between teachers and students. Teaching tolerance helps students respect differences and prevent conflicts, while guiding them to manage their emotions, support better, supports better mental health, and reduces aggressive behavior. Additionally, managing disruptive actions ensures, and this is the part two, solving all the problems. And this is the problem one. And this is the questions for the problem one. Is what classroom management techniques can Mrs. Johnson implement to address Alex's aggressive behavior? Provide at least 3 specific strategies and explain how each one would help improve the situation. The answer is the first is find out the cause or FBA. Try to understand why Alex is acting out like does he want attentions or is he frustrated? Why? If we know the reasons, we can fix the right problem. The second is make a behavior plan. Set clear rules, rewards for good behavior, and fair consequences. Why? Because this could help Alex know what is expected and what happens if he follows or breaks the rules. The third is ask for help from a counselor. Let a school counselor talk with Alex regularly because a counselor can help Alex with his emotions or problems at school or home. And here the problem number two. And here the question for the problem two. What strategies can Mr. Smith use to increase on text behavior and decrease of text behavior? Provide at least 3 specific strategies. And explain how each one could help address the issues. The answer is, the first is walk around the class. Stand near students who are not paying attention because it reminds them how to focus without saying anything. The second is use routines. Have a clear schedule and explain what students should do. So students focus better when they know what to expect. And the third is use fun learning tools. Try quizzes, games, or apps related to the lessons. So it makes learning fun and keeps students interested. And here for the problem 3. And for the question for the problem 3, what specific strategies can Miss Brown implement to manage Jake's disruptive behavior? Provide at least 3 strategies and explain how each one could help address the issues. The answer, the first is reward good behavior. Say thank you or give small rewards when Jake behaves well. So Jake can encouragement works better than always punishing. The second is make a behavior agreement. Write down clear rules with Jake and agree on rewards. So it helps Jake understand and follow the rules. The third is teach what to do instead. Show Jake how to raise his hand instead of shouting. Sometimes students don't know the right way to behave. Thank you. That's all from me for the part 1 and part 2. For the final term of classroom management, sorry for the mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.